What's going on, guys? Joe here, and it's time to trade and get paid. So this is part 3. This is the third beginner, easy, anybody can do it strategy, and this one is gonna be even easier. Real talk. The first one, we talked about fair value gaps and imbalances. The second one, we talked about trading structure and following a trend. And this one is gonna be the easiest yet. You literally need 3 lines on your chart. That's it. Like literally, that's it. 3 lines on your chart. And I'm gonna show you how to take small accounts, big accounts, beginners, intermediate, advanced, doesn't matter who you are. You can do this and you can make money with what I'm about to show you. If you're getting value out of it, make sure that you hit that like button, comment below and let me know what your favorite part of any of these 3 videos was. Let me know what helped you the most. I wanna repeat the process of helping people to make money and flip their accounts, all right? And make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's get to these charts. So let's talk about this strategy that we're gonna literally use 3 lines, that's it. And we're gonna flip those accounts. Let's get it. All right, so the first thing we have to do is we have to identify a trend. We have to identify where we are in regards to the market. So when we look here, we have an uptrend going on. We see that we're going up, and that is good. In the last video, I showed you how to trade with the trend. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to catch the reversal. We have this uptrend going on, and one of the best ways to identify that is simply by dropping a trend line on it. So we're gonna go from here, and I know we have this, but I'm talking about regularity, okay? So we're gonna go 1, 2, right? So this is how we would do 1, 2. Now notice here when we get up to the top that we kind of have a lot of weird stuff going on. Here's what I would recommend for you to do. 1, 2, go on through. When you see another fake out happen, like this one right here, so like if you were to be right here, right? This would have poked through and then kept going up. What I want you to do is I want you to adjust your trend line to that new wick. It happens again, that's okay. We're gonna adjust again. That's okay. It happens again, we're gonna adjust again. And I'm gonna tell you why we adjust like that. The reason we adjust is because every time the market shows that little push down, it's showing you an area where price wants to come back to set zones of structure where price is going to come back to. It's liquidity grabs, it's supply and demand are involved in that, which we're not gonna get into in this video, but you can watch my other videos above and learn about supply and demand. But these wicks are very important. Price doesn't just go to arbitrary levels. So when you see wicks poke down, we wanna encompass them, we wanna invite them into the party, if you would, right? We wanna make sure that we are taking advantage of the information that they're giving us. So we're gonna adjust our trend line every time we see that happen. So now we have a trend line that's going up, and here's what happens. Notice here that we have this volume candle that breaks down below. Now, many of us might think that this is it, let's get in, and that's fine. If you're a breakout trader, you can get in right here. You have a volume candle, it breaks down, and you're good to go. The only thing that I would kind of encourage you to do though, instead of jumping in on the breakout, why don't we show a little bit of patience and let's wait for a better setup, right? A better risk to reward, a better setup for us to get our bag, right? So now we have a trend line set, and we have a trend line break with volume. So notice how each time it poked down before, how we showed you how it poked down. Each time it did that, it did it with a wick. It didn't do it with a body. It never closed below the trend line. It just kind of poked through and then went back in the same direction. This time is different. This time we have volume candle and it closes below the trend line. So now we have a trend line break. That trend line break is powerful. So what we're gonna do, that's 1 line. I told you we needed 3 lines. So the second step is to take this horizontal line and we're gonna drop it on the bottom of our volume candle. And then we're gonna take another one and we're gonna drop it here at this structure level. So now we have a zone. Now, some people want to go all the way down. No, you don't need to do all that. We just need to get a nice little zone right here for a breakout, because what we really want to do is we want to catch price as it's pushing past our volume level. As price pushes past and is confirmed to be pushing past our volume level, we want to catch that move. We want to catch the momentum of that volume as it pushes down, right? So typically when a trend line break happens, we're looking to come all the way back down to structure. So we're talking about a really nice trade coming our way. So check this out. Here's the next thing we're gonna do for even more success. We are gonna go ahead and wait for the retest of our trend line. Now I'm not talking about a little 5-minute retest. I'm talking about a real retest. I wanna see price try to actually push up to our trend line, and I wanna see if price pushes away or if it breaks it. If price pushes back up to the trend line and then continues to the upside, right, then that means that this was just a fake out and the trend will continue. But if price pushes up to our trend line and then breaks past it or breaks back to the downside, now we know for sure that the trend line break was real and this is gonna drop. Price is gonna drop. So this is real easy. Get the trend, drop your trend line, make sure you have a nice zone right here, and then just ride the volume, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see, does price try to retest the trend line? If it does, we're happy. And what happens? The very next candle comes up to our trend line. So we're really excited at this point, and now we're preparing for our trade. When we see that, we're preparing to get into the trade right now. So here's what I'm gonna tell you to do. Here's a little pro tip. Many of us will wait, and the mental part of it will mess us up, because what happens is we're waiting and we have like a lot of guesswork in there. So as price breaks past, we're going, is it truly breaks? And then it kind of goes up and down as it moves, and we're faking ourselves out. There are some really cool tools when you trade called stop orders and limit orders, okay? In this case, we're gonna talk about a stop order because I wanna take it out of your hands. I wanna take it out of your emotions. I wanna take it out of your guessing and tinkering with it. I wanna set a hard rule and let the market do what it wants to do. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set a sell stop right here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the top of our volume candle. The very top of our volume candle is going to be our stop loss. Because if price goes and pushes past that volume candle, now we know that this is just a fake out and we're gonna continue. So I wanna go ahead and cut my loss short. So if price goes past that, we wanna be out of the market anyway. But if price pushes down, I wanna see that zone get broken because of a couple of reasons. Here's why. Because what's gonna happen is when that zone is broken, if price pushes down, we want it to break this area and we want it to confirm by breaking this area. So if it does that, we want the trade to be activated. If price goes up past this level right here, we don't want to be in this trade anyway. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set a sell stop at the break of our line right here. That's what we're gonna do, okay? So that's the next thing. So we're setting that. We have our sell stop set right here. We have our stop loss set right here. And then we can go back to structure in here and we can set for our take profit. So if we were to come back to that level right there, we have a 1 to 3, nearly 1 to 3 risk to reward. We're really, really happy about that. And now we can literally walk away. You have set it up, and if price is going to cross back down below that line, when it crosses that line, when price drops below that 122.871, okay? If price drops below that 122.871, as it does, your trade's gonna activate on its own, whether your phone is open, whether your laptop is open or not. You could be sleeping, and it's gonna go ahead and it's gonna do what it's supposed to do, okay? So we have our trade set, we have our stop loss set, and we have our take profit set. And now we're just gonna we're gonna go to bed and we're gonna let the trade do what it wants to do. We get our entry, look at that. Look at that entry. I mean, now we have clear volume. The trade activated here, but by the time that one time frame candle was done, we have already crossed into good profit. By the time we even got one candle in, not even the entry candle over with, we're already 25 pips in the profit. That's how you do it. No emotions, no second guessing, no tinkering with it, no guesswork, Just let the rules be the rules and let your sell stop do what it's supposed to do. Now, let's see what happens next. Look at this. Profit, profit, just like that. I mean, no guesswork. No, this trend line break is serious, folks. This trend line break is serious. When we have a trend that is reversing and we wait for the volume to come in, we're not talking about just any old candle that breaks through a trend line. I'm talking about engulfing candles, close below candles. We're talking about volume candles that are coming into the market to carry the market to a new place. And so we had the buyers were strong, and look how weak they got there at the end. Look at the size of these candles compared to the yellow candles. Big bullish candles, small bearish candles. Big bullish candles, smaller bearish candles. And notice how up here it started to get big bearish candles and smaller bullish candles. And then we get the engulfing, close below, big boy candle, volume in the market. Bears come into the market right here. We get a nice little push back to the upside, but it stops dead on our trend line and we just get volume. That's how we want the market to be when we trade. We want volume to carry us to our profits, and it just carries us all the way down. That is how you trade a trend line break. That is how you set yourself up for success using sell stops and buy stops rather than tinkering with market orders and guessing when the right time to get in is. Just let the market be the market. You don't need to try to figure it all out. You just need to trust your analysis. That's how people win. That's how you're gonna take your small account and turn it into a big account. That's how you're gonna take your medium account and turn it into a big account. That's how you're gonna take your funding account, your funded account, and pass that funded test. That's how you're gonna flip these accounts and make money and become a consistent professional trader by trusting the rules that you set forth and making easy strategies work for you. That's how you do it. All right, guys, there you have it. That's it. Trend line break. I mean, does it get any easier than that? We're talking about 3 lines on our chart and then going to bed, letting the market do it for us. We're not even doing it. We're letting the market do it for us. Take your emotions out of it. Take your unbiased out of it. Take your guesswork out of it and just trust the analysis. That's how you're going to become a professional trader and make real money in this Forex market. Stop with all the craziness. Stop with all the other, you don't need 1,000 indicators on your chart. You just need simplicity and volume. That's how people who really know how to do this, that's how they trade. So guys, now that we kind of have finished these 3 strategies and we're in a position where I've given you 3 tools to work with that I think anybody can win with. What I want to do now is I want to offer you an additional benefit, whether it be some merch, a trading journal, all the different products I have in my merch site. If you go to my website, tradinggetpaid.com, and you go up to the top of the website, there's a button that says store. Or you can just type in store.tradinggetpaid.com, or I've made it real easy for you. Just go in my description and the link is right there. Go to the merch store. If you go to the merch store now, because you watched this video, if you'll go in there and everything in the website, I mean everything, I don't care what it is, if it's a $10 item or a $100 item, everything. For the people who watch this video, you're gonna get 50% off, all right? So all you gotta do is go to the website, fill your cart with whatever you wanna put on it, and then use the code 23CLEAR50. 23CLEAR50. I'll put that in the description of this video, and you're gonna get 50% off your entire order. Free shipping, everything. And trading journals, hats, look at that, boy. It was clean. Hats, shirts, trade plans, all kind of stuff I got on the website. All of it is half off. Everything's half off for all those who watch this video. So use that code 23CLEAR50. And if you want to become a student, go to tradinggetpaid.com. Become a student today and let me help you take your journey into fast track success. No more guesswork with YouTube videos. No more trying to figure out 1,000 strategies. Let me guide you into full-time success by going through my course, tradinggetpaid.com. I'll see you in the community.